Well, it all started when Hannah, our new youth sponsor for that summer, she was about to go away for college. We thought that we were coming into a Sunday school lesson that Brian was going to teach, but neither of those things happened. Hannah was there and she didn't teach a lesson at all. She told us about this mission trip she was going to go on spring break. And she was a little vague at first, and I think she was kind of embarrassed, but we didn't really understand, and then suddenly it hit me that she was talking about forced prostitution. She was going to Cambodia to a safe house to work with girls that have been in slavery most of their lives. And from then on, it was like I had to do something. I really did, and I didn't really understand because I have never ever been in a situation like that. I have never had to deal with anything like this before, but God definitely put a passion in my heart for these girls that were overseas, and I didn't know them at all, but definitely when I heard about what was happening to them and I imagined what they were going through, I felt a very hard pain all over. And so it ended up, the end of last year, I finally got a fundraiser together at my school. But the problem was that I didn't have any support of friends, more or less, except for my mom. She was definitely behind it all the way. A lot of the kids were like, well, we don't really connect to these kids, we don't understand, and they didn't really know how to help me. Even my friends, they just didn't have a passion for it. And so it was a lot of just God behind me, like, you need to do this, I need you to help my children. And as I researched and researched, I found so much information about how it's not overseas and how it's in America and it's in the US and everywhere else. It's all over the world, and that everybody is affected by it. And so by the end of the year, we ended up raising $340, which I was like totally stoked about. And even to some people, they're like, oh, that's cool. I was like, yes, it's awesome. Like, this is amazing. But when I came back to some of the administrators at my school, they were saying how I really wasn't supposed to be doing it. Like, they skimmed over some legal stuff, and I really wasn't supposed to be taking money on campus. I really wasn't supposed to be taking it myself from kids. And I think it was really definitely a God-led thing, that truth be told, I wasn't supposed to be able to get that money. I truthfully wasn't supposed to be letting those kids know about this just because it was against IASD, whatever. And so that was a really big success, and that was a really big mountain that we climbed over, and it was really great, even though the obstacles were much tougher than I thought they would be. And then later, after the summer, and I'd kind of forgotten about it a little bit, I'd kind of just gone through my routine, had a lot of fun during the summer, and I came back, and our own Nan Hayworth was like, Jordyn, I have this girl that just is on fire for these kids that you're talking about human trafficking. And she's homeschooled right now, and she gave me her email address. And it took me a while to email her, but we definitely started talking, and we were both really excited about what each other was doing. And it was definitely like, God sent me to you, and she was like, yeah, God sent me to you too, because I can't do this on my own. And I was like, I don't even have a project, but I just want to do something. And we met, and she said that she wanted to do an Amarillo-wide walk fundraiser. I was like, oh yes, that is definitely what I want to do. And so we talked about it, and she's been really inspired by teens from our generation, and she's led me to some of these books that talk about kids that have really just changed our world. And I think that we're ready to be some of those teens, not just me and not just Annie, but I think everyone in our youth group is really ready to step out. And our walk is still in the process. It's supposed to go on in September, and I'm really excited. But this has definitely been my journey, and definitely been something that I've come through. But God has put the passion in me and made it happen. And I hope that you see our journey as a youth group as so much more than us goofing off or us playing around on Wednesdays. That, you know, God has put purpose in every one of us, and we're acting upon it now. And that's truth for all of our teens and for what Brian's doing with us and for us. And it's definitely a really amazing thing.